Good evening, collective. Welcome to Nesia Star Tarot. So I'm just coming on here tonight just to get a general reading for the collective, see where our energy is for today. I don't have any messages at this time. I'm just gonna get into the crystals. We'll see what they tell us, and from there I also have the Cosmic Journey Oracle that we'll be using, as well as just a regular tarot deck to clarify or go through and see what the messages are. But Divine Spirit, I've already blessed these cards and cleansed them. Please give us a general message for the collective today. What healing stones do we need to look out for or pay attention to in our journey? Okay, so the first card out is the Smoky Quartz. I hope you can see that. Second card out is the Golden Healer. And what's interesting is this is 27, card 27 and 28. So, and they're both purple, so that's crown energy. So what I'm getting right off as a message from these cards is it seems as if there's some sort of mental confusion, or you're stuck in your head about something, and basically I would stick with purple, and I'm wearing purple. Isn't that very fitting for this reading? But basically it seems like there's something that like is replaying in your head, and you just need to get your mind off of it. But I will look up. We'll start with number 27, the Golden Healer. So that's this card here. Okay, so the Golden Healer is imbibed with powerful, transformative healing energies. They are catalysts for profound spiritual activation. It's used for self-understanding. Understanding the quantum world helps you understand yourself. The everyday self is bounded by 5 senses, expanded by the 6 metaphysics. But this can also be transcended to move into the field that is non-local, everywhere and nowhere at once, where there is no time. You create the event being observed. Allow your soul rather than your ego to be your guide. So they're saying recognize your potential to be an amazing healer. Your abilities needed honing, and those who heal are soul scorched to develop empathy. Much of your life needs transforming. Surrender willingly to the process. Someone clinging to the past holds you back. Encourage them to let go. You must be asked to transform your environment or to take on a challenging task. Do so with grace and ease. So if you're wondering why I'm pausing, it's because this message is definitely resonating with me as well. All right, so number 28 is the Smoky Quartz Essential. Sorry, I cannot pronounce that. Anyway, a stone for the karmic healing. Wow. So the Smoky Quartz opens up a different dimension to bring powerful transmutation. So this stone is for self-understanding. You have a powerful survival instinct and the ability to go where others dare not. Transmute the past, realize the darkness is not evil, face your deepest fears, turning these into golden gifts. You know that death is only a transformation into another state of being. Take responsibility for your life and do not let others take control. Be patient. Much stirrings beneath the calm surface. Total transformation is close. It may entail a trip into the underworld. Your shadow becomes your brightest gift. Toxic emotions turn to positive regard. Ground your efforts in the everyday, but retain contact with the higher realms. Success comes from dedication and trust in your abilities. Mentors are available. Release yourself from old enchantments. So, healing insight for this stone. No part of you is evil or bad. Embracing your shadow leads to healing hidden in the darkest reaches of yourself. So, yeah. It looks like, and what's funny too is the timing. If you look at the book, the timing for this smoky quartz is actually Scorpio and Capricorn, and we're in Capricorn season, so that is pretty fitting. So the soul path for this one is total transmutation, and the soul path for the golden healer is channel for the Christ consciousness. So I'm getting really powerful, and as I said, it was a mental feeling that I got from this. So it's almost like trusting the healer that you are, or that you're becoming, and seeking advice, seeking help if you need it. And it's funny too, because the last message that I got was about performance anxiety. I was just checking out the bottom of the deck, and the bottom is Tiger's Eye. I don't know if you can see that, but a Tiger's Eye is used for protection as well. So it's a very powerful stone too. Yeah, but getting back to what I was saying, the energy from the last reading was basically about trusting your abilities. So that is also what I see from these stones here, is just basically you're stepping into a higher realm or a higher way of thinking, where you're learning how to transmute energy. So that's where it's going to become really important to learn your shadow. So your shadow is basically your unconsciousness. So it's like your fear, all of the negative attributes people try to associate to your personality. But those are actually tools for you to use to help you in the battle, is how I want to put it. But basically it's to help you gain your footing in the darkness. It's to help be your protection, because your shadow helps you recognize the things in other people. So it's almost like a shield or a guard for you when you learn how to recognize it and basically not manipulate it, but work with it, you know, because everybody has a shadow for a reason. You know, you have your light and your dark, and they do work together. It's duality. But anyway, let's see what other messages we get from the tarot with these cards, what more insight I can give you. Right off the bat, though, I want to say I did see Capricorn and Scorpio energy associated with these stones. And the cards out that we have here is first Seven of Cups. Page of Wands is next. And Eight of Swords. So as I was saying from the beginning of the reading, and at the bottom of the deck is Ace of Wands. As I was saying at the beginning of the reading, I can definitely see there is some confusion here. A lot of mental confusion where it's almost keeping you trapped in the state of being mentally blocked almost. You're in a very... You have a new opportunity. You're in a very transitional state, I would say, because I know personally, even speaking for myself, I've been having downloads just left and right, like ever since the solstice. I don't know, it's just been like headaches, but just all kinds of knowledge just coming in from all different kinds of sources. And it's funny because once you increase your frequencies, it's like things that you wouldn't have picked up on before are now coming out, and they're meaning something. They're meaning something different to you then. And you might even be noticing this too. It's meaning more to you than it is to others around you, because you're on a different path. You're on a different wavelength. So your frequency is changing during this time, and that's actually what's needed. But I can see how it's causing confusion for you and almost feeling like you're trapping yourself in your thoughts, because it may be almost too new of an experience, especially if you're not grounded, where you can feel very confused, like emotionally confused. You see all these cups, these all look like different options or different choices that you may have, but not necessarily all of these options are good. So that's up to you to take that time to learn yourself and learn your abilities so that you can see what will be the right path for you, because something new is definitely on its way towards you, and it's passionate, it's fiery, it's something that hopefully will clear up a lot of this confusion. I see a lot of confusion around a new beginning. And I feel like it is definitely a new spiritual path. It's a new way of thinking. But it's causing a lot of confusion for you now. And almost to the extent where you feel like you need protection. Or like, maybe that's the point. You've never not had it. You've always had divine protection. So it's like, no matter what you're dabbling in. And it's funny too, because it just brought me back to the shadow. So you need to know that even in diving into your shadow, looking into your fears, looking into the darkest sides of yourself, you're still going to be divinely protected. Speak to the divine, speak to the Most High. Ask, for protection as you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, because sometimes you do have to go within to those dark places in order to transmute and turn that place into light and love and happiness. And it's possible. I'm working on it, y'all. So we're right here together. So I see the next card out was the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy. But basically what I get from that too is this is very spiritual, because it's like you're changing your philosophy on life. The structures that were placed around you are changing. And I mean, that's honestly going right along with the age of Aquarius. We're actually coming into a new time all the way around, a lot of structures and a lot of ways of being that we saw before are changing, and it's actually changing for the better. So it's like, while you're trying to transmute your negative energy, the earth is also purging its negative energy as well. So it really is something to celebrate, and talk about transmutation, right? Next card out is the Magician. And these are both major arcana too, right? Back to back. And even from this lineup, again, as I was stating, it's a new beginning where I can see why you would be afraid. You're very fearful, because we all know what skeletons that we have locked away in our closet. But the thing is, you can unblindfold yourself. You can turn to the light. You can create whatever you need to out of your darkness. Like, you have all of the power. And if you need extra power, go find these stones. Go find the Golden Healer and the Smoky Quartz. Celestial. Sorry, I'm butchering the name probably, but go find these stones. And I would even suggest a Tiger's Eye as well, because if you feel that you need that extra protection, this is what's going to give you that courage to get yourself out of the mental block, because that's literally all it's about. It's not that you don't have the power to change or to create whatever you want in your surrounding. It's about mentally taking yourself there. It's about having the courage almost to do so. And maybe that's what these stones will, bring you. One more card, Spirit, just to clarify the Eight of Swords. Last card out is Two of Wands, and that's expansion. So we do have, and it's funny because along with the Magician represents every element. So we have cups, we have air, we have fire, and we actually have earth with the Hierophant. So you have all of the elements here. And a lot of fire, though, is what I was going to mention. So it's like something that will definitely propel you into the right direction. And it looks like you're looking at your options. I mean, you're trying to weigh out what direction to go. And I can almost see, like, you're getting the sense of, like, not wanting to be left behind, I would say. Or maybe not wanting to leave others behind. Because Ten of Cups and Death comes out. So you're going through a transformation that maybe no one around you understands. Maybe not even your family. And maybe because of the fact that you're changing at such a rate, it's almost scary because you're not sure how to explain it to people. You're not really sure what you're seeing, what you're feeling. So like Ascension, it's different, I would say, for everyone. Like, I can't describe to you what you're gonna go through, but I can tell you what I went through. And for me, it was like such an eye-opening experience because nobody could have told me that it would have happened to me, for one. Two, it literally, like, so I was laying in my bed and, like, you know how you're in that state where you're almost asleep but you're not quite asleep? So I'm laying in my bed getting ready to go to sleep, and like my body literally fell through my bed. And I mean, of course I didn't, like, I'm still physically in the bed, but I felt my soul fall through the bed. And then it was like I was having these dreams of all these words. Like, I felt like it was the Akashic Records coming to me. Like, it was just such a download of information coming in all at once. And I went through the dark night of the soul. That was the very first step of my ascension. And it was like having to deal with heartache, having to literally deal with it and deal with myself is what propelled me into this journey. So I don't know how it's gonna be for everyone. Like, I'm assuming everybody's different, that like I don't know what will cause your dark night of the soul, or you know, even if that's what it takes to get you on your spiritual journey. But I know for me, I definitely would have been trapped in the thought of I was losing my mind had I not found like spiritual coaches or guides, or even I have family. So my family has even been very like helpful and encouraging and giving me more insight than, you know, you would ever think to ask, because like I haven't always, you know, read tarot or watched it or even been interested in it, honestly. Like, I've always been into astrology and astronomy, like the stars, and trying to learn more about the universe. That's just always been a thing of mine. And numbers, like I count numbers all day, and I've always done that since I was a child. So I don't know, tarot has just allowed me a different perspective on the things that I thought I knew. Because it's so easy to go into this world, like, especially when you read a book, you think you know something now, you know? Like, it's so easy to assume that, like, what people tell you is real, and that's law. But it's like, opening up the metaphysics side of it has just introduced me to so much more, like, far beyond what the eye can see. And I get how that can be almost like, I don't want to say scary, but it can make you like question whether or not to have conversations with people. Like, it just opens up so much, and there's so much knowledge to learn. So all I would have to definitely advise, and I keep seeing Golden Healer too. So find your spiritual tribe, find your family, because I feel like that's what's going to be most healing for you. Find someone that you can talk to about this, because there's definitely a community out here for, you know, learning and developing your skills. Because I feel like whoever I'm speaking to right now, you're supposed to be a healer. Like, that's what you're here to do, to transmute your pain so that you can show others how to do the same. And that's how we're going to get the general energy of the collective, our frequencies raised here on this earth. Yeah. So do that. Find your soul tribe. I know I'm working on finding mine as well. And the craziest, and it's not really crazy, but the beautiful part about all of this is, like, you'll find it without even looking sometimes. Because, I mean, I feel like more so than anything, ever since I started on this path or this journey, things have been finding me. And I've been finding myself. It's a beautiful thing. I would really wish it for everyone. Okay. That card wanted to pop, but it didn't, so. This here is the Cosmic Journey Oracle. So I just wanted to pull a few Oracle cards. So this is the first one. It says, out of the mess comes elegant order. And that's card number 20. And our last one is be enlightened, lighten up. So I'm just going to read what these messages are from the book. So the first one was 20. Out of the mess comes elegant order. So everything looks messy in the middle. If you knew that, you would be more allowing of the messes that showed up. The universe is always sending order and novelty at the same time. The novelty creates new ideas, pathways, variations, and the order creates coherence and consistency. Realize the chaos, confusion, and turmoil are exactly what's needed now. Otherwise, you'd come to the exact same thought that thousands of others had before you. No one thinks they want a mess, but what if that is necessary to create something bigger and grander? Baking is full of broken eggs and spilled flour, and then the alchemical process turns our mess into a delicious cake. Don't sweep the mess under the rug. Embrace, acknowledge, and appreciate each one. It is reassuring to know there is no more breakthroughs without breakdowns. You cannot clean up a mess. It has to be reconceived, transformed, and transcended into another elevated creation. So the cosmic catalyst. What are the ways that I can fully appreciate my biggest so-called mess right now? Cosmic checkbox. List all the messes in your life along with 3 ways you appreciate each one. So what I get from this message too is it reminds me of even going back to your shadow. Finding a different way to look at your shadow. Look at your flaws. Look at your fears. Look at all the things that you consider negative about yourself. And find a different way to look at it. Even to maybe necessarily see why it's necessary in your life. Like why you feel these things. Learn a little bit more about yourself. Because maybe there is some order or something bigger to pull out of it. Out of what you consider the mess. Alright, the next card is 29, which breaks down to an 11. Alright. So, to be enlightened, lighten up. It is incredible to realize that everything you see around you and every element you are made of was once inside an exploding star. It's true. You're made of stars and born of the earth, but also co-created by plants and bacteria and fungi. As Carl Sagan put it, the cosmos is within us, and we are all made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. So then why are you taking yourself so seriously? What do you want the universe to know of? Darkness and struggle, or light and joy? Your cosmic journey can be whatever you make of it. You get to write your own punchline and finally be in on the great cosmic joke. Laughter is the greatest medicine. Do you remember the last time you really laughed? Like the belly aching, stomach tightening, golf. To be enlightened requires you to lighten up. Ha ha ha. What is a great cosmic joke? Get creative, draw, or sketch it out too. Watch your favorite comedy and laugh your ass off. That's your advice. All right. So collective, what I take away from this is let's stop taking ourselves so seriously. You know, life is full of surprises, and that's the beautiful part about it. Well, I wish you plenty of love and light. I hope your day is beautiful and prosperous. And please feel free to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up the video, leave me a comment. Let me know if any of this resonates with any of you. And I appreciate your time. Thank you.